Hello, beautiful mamas. As a working mom, sometimes I can really feel scattered, unorganized, or simply just rushing from one thing to another and all over the place. Finding time for myself and finding my sanity can almost feel like an impossible dream. Can you relate? Well, this is why I have created my free Mama's Guide to Creating Balance and Harmony as my gift to you. This guide contains my top 10 tips to creating balance and harmony in your life, as well as 3 beautiful trackers to help you get onto your journey in a fun and simple way. I have found by incorporating daily self-care routines and practices in my life for as little as 5 minutes a day, I am feeling more grounded, centered, and calm. By me tapping into my best version through these practices, I am also a better mom, a better partner, and a better colleague. Well, really, just a better human being in all the ways. So, if this sounds like something that you would like to explore, click on the link in the show notes below and download your free guide today.
We were all born with the innate power of knowing and wisdom within us. The challenge for many of us is that we were taught to seek answers externally instead of searching from within. And this is the reason why so many of us find ourselves going around in circles, searching for new ways, but could never find the way. The womanly way. It's not the way. It's not my way. But it is a pathway to support all of us returning back to self, reconnect with our inner wisdom through loving ourselves, knowing ourselves, and reconnecting with ourselves.
Tell me and be honest. Tell me should I've known.
So we can start to find our own way as modern day women. Are you interested? Well, sit back, relax, and welcome to this amazing journey.
Hello. Welcome to this episode of the Womanly Way podcast. I am your host, Lala Angela Wang. You might be like, Lala, this is sounding a little bit different. Your intro, you sound a lot more energetic. I don't know what the word is, but even I feel different. And it's really just because I had a change of scenery. I've got back-to-back meetings today. I'm actually on a construction site as well. I managed to park in a relatively quiet street. And the sun outside, it's not raining. I'm feeling energized. I think that's the word. So in case you're wondering why the intro is slightly different today, that's why. And that just proves what a change of scenery is really, really good for us, right? Today, what I really want to talk to you guys about is based on a conversation I had with one of my friend who is currently going through a rough patch. He loves his work and he only loves his work. There's nothing else. There's no other hobbies. There's no other interest. And he's going through depression right now. So he came to me, he's like, how did you do it? I'm like, well, to be honest, I can't remember. All I remember was it was shitty and I want to get out of it. I don't want to die. I don't want to disappoint my parents. And it's with that drive, I was able to get myself out of the ditch. But there was one thing that we talked about, and I said to him, you need to find a hobby that it's not just work. And it's so easy, right? Because he works in the same industry as well. It's so easy for us who works in this industry, especially when we just come out of uni, we're passionate about what we do. And if you're like me and you're like him, we are some of the lucky ones that really love what we do. But even if you don't, generally, we work 6 days a week. Sometimes 7 days if we have to, but generally 6 days a week. On the 7th day, you rest. So you can go on with another 6 days of work. Long hours, we start at 7, sometimes finish at 7. We're lucky to finish at 5. right? Especially when we're young and have no family commitment. Like now I have George. My work life is a bit different, or times are a bit different. My days are a bit different. But it used to be you start at 7, you finish probably at 6. If you're lucky, some days 7, some days 8, some days 9. It's not one of those industries you go 9 to 5. If you want to do 9 to 5, don't do construction. That's my advice, right? And I get it. How do you then find a hobby outside of that? Especially if you're really lucky and you love what you do, even if you hate what you do, if your work is really demanding, you might find that is it. I have some colleagues that loves their footballs, but when they go home, it's laying on the couch and watch footballs. That's about it. So when you need to start finding things that get you motivated, that keeps you occupied, that's not alcohol, that's not drugs, that's not food, that's not TV, that's not work, obviously. What else? So I asked him, are there anything else that you enjoy outside of work? And he says, no. I love my work. I love talking about work. I love thinking about work. I love working. So by the way, this is a classic success addict, right? Addicted to work, addicted to success, and work is what? And work is what essentially distracts them and drives them, right? So this was the advice that I offered, and I'm offering this to anyone who's currently looking for joy outside of work. Start a bucket list. And this is what saved me. I started a bucket list. My bucket list wasn't long. It was probably, I still remember, about 43 to 46 items in there. But what it is a wide variety of things that I am going to explore, that I made a commitment that I'm going to explore, that I'm going to put myself outside of my comfort zone, because some of those things I really didn't want to do. Going to a nudist beach and running on a beach naked, or traveling solo to Europe, which I still haven't done. So a list of random things that's outside of what I would normally do or what I would be too scared to do. And by the way, shaving my head was one of those. And I finally did it last year. So yay, tick. And one of the other things is also generally people that are addicted to success also love ticking boxes. Because it's like, tick, I've done this, tick, I've done that. So having a bucket list is great. But the main thing is it allows you to, 1, get out of your comfort zone, and 2, explore what you like. And he's like, what if there's some things that I end up doing and just hate? I'm like, it doesn't matter. You explored it, you know that's not you. The purpose of it is to, at the end of the day, hopefully find something that you love. And he's like, well, what if I don't find it? I'm like, you will. Because it's the part, it's never about the destination, it's the journey, right? On the journey to finding what you're passionate about, to finding your passion and purpose, you might be surprised. The universe might take you on a complete different route, and you'll realize, oh, hey, this detour actually helped me find my purpose. So for me, my detour was actually personal development. Because of my journey to do my bucket list, I met some very interesting people. And one of them suggested that I go and meet a relationship coach. And back in those days, I have no sense of self-responsibility, right? So for me, it was like, oh yeah, let's go and see a relationship coach and see how she can help me attract my soulmate. Meet the relationship coach. Actually started my personal development journey and signed up to a whole lot of personal development courses. And that was what drove me to start my business in a very odd way. I wasn't thinking about starting my own business back then, but that drove me to start my own business. That business was a total failure, by the way. But there was also my detour, right? 10 years on from the seed, or maybe not 10, 8 years on from planting that seed about that business, I am now operating in that business. What I do today is exactly how I envisaged my business to be 8 years ago. It didn't succeed because I needed to go through the detour, go through the journey, and go through all the lessons. Without those lessons, I am able to operate that business model that I wanted. And I've detoured a very, 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 very long way away from my bucket list. Let's be honest. My bucket list was full of just leisure things. But through the leisure, I was managed to find joy through my leisure. And through my leisure, then I found experiences. And through the experiences, I then find what lights me up. So when you start your bucket list, the intention is never to, I guess, find your passion and purpose through the bucket list. Or more precisely, it's more, you may not actually find your passion and purpose in the things that you listed. And the target is to go to about 100 things. But it's through your experiences in the journey of doing those things, you may start to experience things that you enjoy, that gives you joy. It might be that you go on and travel across Europe, you meet all these interesting people, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I didn't know I have this thing about horses. Simply because you had a conversation with somebody who's into horses, who then say, hey, do you want to come and visit my farm? And you realize, I can actually talk to horses. I'm actually a horse whisperer. I know this is a bit left field. This is me tapping into my creative side, but you never know, right? And I think what a lot of people with success addiction is that we don't want to fail. And the bucket list essentially tells us, well, we're going to go and do these things. And in a success addict's mind, it's like, well, what if I don't like these things? And what if I don't find my passion and purpose at the end of it? Then I have failed. The truth is, what we all need to learn, and what I believe most success addicts need to learn, is to enjoy the journey. If we can learn to enjoy the journey and really look out for the signs and really trust the guidance that the universe is dropping and the hints that the universe is dropping every day, you will find your passion and purpose at the end of the day. And you will find your joy through your passion and your purpose, and you will find your fire again. But I think the hardest thing is to let go of control, let go of wanting everything to be perfect and wanting everything to have a positive outcome. Because in this exercise, it's not the outcome that we look for. It really is the journey. It really is about discovering what you enjoy in life. And you won't enjoy what you enjoy in life, or you won't discover what you enjoy in your life if you don't go and try things. You're bound to fail because you're trying. It's through the trial and errors you will find what you actually enjoy besides work. So my encouragement to all of you is to give the bucket list a go. You know, even for me these days, every now and then I'll ask myself, what are some of the things that I needed to try that pushes me outside of my comfort zone? And I'll go and action those, knowing it's not the destination that I aim for, but the discoveries along the journey. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I look forward to hear from you about your bucket list, whatever you put on your bucket list. I might even, start this exercise myself and share some of the things on my bucket list with you guys. And by the way, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere as you're listening to this, we're in winter. And winter is a great time to plan and planting seeds. So it's a great time to generating your bucket list and planning out how you're going to take action on them. I'm going to do this exercise and I'm going to come back with another episode to share with you guys what I have decided to put on my bucket list and why. Love you all so much. I will talk to you next time. Bye.